course which is 145 kilometres long, they could wind up the pace for a lot longer than the majority of the other riders here can probably deal with. So what I'll be fascinated to see is, I should imagine tactically they'll be looking at this thinking, right, we'll reach the turn, we'll leave that breakaway up the road until maybe 10 kilometres from the base of the climb, then we'll close it down. Then they might well send one or two riders up the road to just get a position on the mountain, and then Lutsenko will strike as and when. I mean, this is pure speculation, but it's how I would have approached the race as a DS.
117 kilometres still to go. Speculate all you want, Jonathan. It's one of the beautiful things of watching bike racing, isn't it? And
it is.
You've every right to speculate. Thinking of Alexei Lutsenko as one of the riders is sent back to have a chat with the car. Lutsenko, who won the general classification at the Tour of Oman this year without second up the Green Mountain, which is the traditional mountain top finish over in Oman, the most difficult and the hilliest of the Arabian Gulf races. His profile is that of a classics rider, really. Astana have been signing different riders to look after him in the classics. He rode the Giro d'Italia this year, didn't have a great time of it. And in preparation for this particular race, he rode the Tour of Poland, 20th in the GC, didn't really trouble the scorers on any of the stages. And then rode as a domestique in Hamburg last week as Evgeny Gidik goes and has a chat to the car. Getting to the point where feeding is allowed, next couple of kilometres. .226. Bijitov has a good job to do here. 27 now, former national time trial champion, as we mentioned, pardon me. His only other professional win came 2 years ago. He won a stage of the Tour of Korea. Third at the Asian Championship in 2017, but it's only his second year in the top level ranks. He rode, pardon me, for one of the best named teams I think we've ever seen in the professional peloton. Vino Forever. Now, those of you who might not know, Vino refers to Alexander Vinokurov, a former two-time silver medalist at these games. As the first bidons and bottles are allowed. Vino, or Alexander Vinokurov, the Olympic champion from 2012, just before he retired in London. Colourful character, let's say. Had his brushes with the cycling law, just as many people in a certain era did. He's now the team manager of Astana, the top Kazakhstani pro team that we keep referring to. And the development team for young riders from Kazakhstan is quite strangely named after him. He's been an important figure in Kazakhstani cycling and the role model. Not always in a good way, but the man to look up to in terms of his results, certainly, for young Kazakhstani riders.
Now, teams allowed 4 riders in this road race. They will be allowed 1 entrance into the time trial, and they've put forward their initial list of entries. As we know, in Asian Games, you can change all of that at the last minute. But at the moment, Lutsenko is down to be Kazakhstan's representative in the time trial. I'm sure a lot of that will have to do with how he gets on today.
Time trial course that suits him, and he's not a man who'd be expected to win a time trial, let's say, at Tour de France. But in this company, he is such a gifted rider. And of course, let's not forget that a lot of time trialing is about money. Pure and simple. A lot of time trialing is about spending time in a wind tunnel, being tested, wearing the right clothing, having the right equipment, pardon me, and he has all of that. All of the riders have plenty of people cheering them on today.
Well, we saw a time check come up on speed just a few moments ago, which I think was probably being taken from the motorbike that's in front of these guys. The speed was holding steady at around an average of 45 kilometres an hour from the riders themselves, which is it's a decent lick that they're going along at. As we take another look at our commissar.
Now then, maybe just surveying the back of the group, and he knows that feeding's now allowed. Went quiet for a few seconds. Feeding's allowed in the commentary box as well now, by the way.
I was going to pass comment on that. As you can see, Giddy also picked up some bottles when he went back, and he comes back up the front, timing his run to perfection there. So refueling strategy also being very well executed by the team from Kazakhstan.